Alright, today I'm going to show you how to sew a buttonhole. The way cool thing about these machines is they make it super easy. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to adjust our bobbin thread. So what we're going to do is you can see there is a finger right here on the bobbin, in the bobbin case, and you're going to thread your thread through this finger. There's a little hole right there. Now doing this adjusts the tension and gives you more of an even stitch on the top of your buttonhole. Now I've actually already done this, so the bobbin is already set to go. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to set our machine to stitch number 0. Doing this lets the machine know we are no longer doing a straight stitch, but we are doing a buttonhole stitch. Okay, the next thing we'd want to do is we'd want to change this to be the presser foot. Originally we had our original presser foot, but since we were making a buttonhole, we put on the buttonhole foot. And this is really a simple process to do. You simply lift the lever in the back and switch the foot out. It's really, really simple. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to measure your button. Now you're going to measure in millimeters. So my button right here is, as you can see, about, if I can get it up there, it's about 19 millimeters, all right? Now that counts for the width, but we also want to take into account the height. So we're going to add 1 millimeter for each side of the buttonhole, making it 21 millimeters. So it's really important to do this because we're going to be setting our buttonhole foot to that measurement. So up here, we're going to be moving this little arrow to 21 millimeters. And this again is going to help the buttonhole foot do the correct measurement. Alright, now what we're going to do is I've got a spot marked on my fabric, and we're going to go ahead and sew from that mark. So now we've got it adjusted. I'm going to make sure and put that needle right on that dot. Now if you can see right here, there is a little red mark. We want this red mark as we sew to eventually line up with this red arrow. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start. Now, the machine knows what it's doing, so it's just going to sew one side of the buttonhole. As you can see, this red mark is moving up to meet this red arrow. Okay, now once these two meet, which is right about now, we're going to hit the reverse button. Doing this lets the machine know that it's time to switch to the other side of the buttonhole, and it actually sets the length, so you can do the same buttonhole length again. So go ahead and after you hit the reverse, just start again. It goes up the other side, as you can see. Goes across the top and comes right back down. Really, really handy. You don't have to use a buttonhole foot, but it's really easy and I would recommend it for sure. You can see it growing across the bottom. It does a couple finishing stitches in the center. Alright, and then you'll see when I lift this lever, this buttonhole foot is going to reset. Now this is a good example of why you don't want to lift this buttonhole foot in the middle of sewing because it's going to throw off your measurement. So once you're finished there, you go ahead and pull it out. You can see you've got your strings still attached. So we're just going to snip those strings, those threads. Alright, and there is your buttonhole.